I always try to come here every day with some good news, but this is not good news. You ready? The negative thinking, it wires your brain for failure. I had to write it down because that's too negative for me to say. But negative thinking, it does. It wires your brain for failure. So let's talk about that. Today is January 16th. There are 349 days left in 2025, and we are 4.38% done with the year, complete with the year. So we start with the not so good news, but then, of course, we always go to the great news because we know what the solution is. It's a self-talk solution. It's neuroplasticity, right? But let's talk about the glass half full as well today. We touched on that a little bit yesterday. So January 16th, I choose, this is your passage for the day. I read a passage every single day from Dr. Shad Helmstedter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk. So I choose to have an incredible day, positive and good in every way. My attitude starts with the words I say, and I choose to have an incredible day. That sounds like a poem. Sometimes when I read these things, they make me laugh because I want to sing-song them. But I'm going to do it this way for you. Ready? We're going to have your higher self speak to you. You choose to have an incredible day, positive and good in every way. Your attitude starts with the words you say, and you choose to have an incredible day. We could actually sing to that one, couldn't we? Okay, so this is choice. And we're going to talk about the glass half full. That's a choice. Negative self-talk is a choice when you understand that it's your programs that are running. Remember that it is your programs that create your beliefs, and your beliefs create your attitudes. Your attitudes create your emotions, how you feel about everything, those things with your attitude, and those emotions create your behaviors, go down your behaviors, and then your behaviors create your actions, your outcomes. What will it look like at the end of that string, or however you want to look at that. But those programs, you can change your programs, and that is why I come here day after day telling you you can change your negative self-talk to positive. It's neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself until the very last breath you take. So it is not when you're taking that IQ test when you're 17 or however old and there's your intelligence. No, it is continually, until you take your last breath, you are continually changing and rewiring, and whatever is repeated into your brain, first of all, it gets recorded, and then if it gets repeated, then it becomes a program. It becomes a wired-in program in your brain. So this is why I started with, this is not good news. Try to get you to listen, for one, but that negative thinking, wiring your brain for failure. So if you took, and I'm going to get to the glass half full in a second, but if you had two people, and we did this before this, I want you to take a person in your mind and somebody who is optimistic and positive and has you see them as having success in their life, and not just financially, but in every way. Their relationships, their outlook, they're just doing well in life. And then and you're going to listen to their self-talk. They have goals, they're positive, they are optimistic, they look for solutions, they're solution oriented, they don't let things just get them down, they will always come back and they look for ways to do things. Their glass is half full. And then now I want you to put on the other side, I want you to think of someone, and that person is spiraling up in life. Think about it like that. Now I want you to think of someone who is spiraling down in life. Like, think about maybe a drug addict who just cannot get off the street and just doesn't have any, estranged from family, and keeps trying to get out, doesn't make it, and having a very difficult time. And so that person, you might consider them to be spiraling down in life, not having success and failing. Not talking, I'm talking on planet Earth, not in the 3D world. I'm not talking about spiritually, because spiritually, it's all experiences. There's no good, there's no bad. It's all one. And so we move from a whole different place. But on planet Earth, a planet of action, a planet of duality, we're moving into oneness. That's what I'm here to try to that's important to me, to help people, help myself move into oneness. Me first. I've got to help myself, and then as I go on my journey, I want to help others move into that oneness. We move into that oneness, and we find a lot of peace. But here on planet Earth, the failing can be looked at as spiraling down when you're not happy in life, and you're considered to be failing, and you don't feel happy. So we look at that person. What is that? The self-talk of that person. Do they have goals? Are they positive? Are they optimistic? Are they solution oriented? Do they, when someone has a problem, do they say, I can help? Or, let me be there for you? Or are they so consumed, mostly they're so consumed with where they're at, that they're unable to help others. So they are spiraling down in life. So you listen to their self-talk, and you listen to the person who's spiraling up in life, and that right there shows you a significant difference in how the brain is wired for success or failure. And the really cool thing, not the bad news, because that was just, start with the bad news, maybe you'll listen, but the good news. And the good news is these are programs, and you can change it. You literally can change your programs to can do. So let's talk about the seeing the glass is half full. This is self-talk tip number 3. You'll find these tips in Dr. Shad Helmstedter's books. Behavioral researchers have shown that when it comes to your goals, you can only reach what you can see. This is important. So listen to this, because this might help you to see why you don't reach your goals when you want to. Or put another way, you only reach the goals you can clearly imagine. We talk about envisioning all the time. That's true of the biggest and the smallest things in life. Overall, if your brain can't see it, you probably won't get it. The glass is, of course, a metaphor for what we believe or what we imagine to be. Since the brain will work hardest at helping you get those things that you can most clearly imagine, if your glass is half empty and you can't see the possibility of getting what you want, your brain won't help you get it. You're wiring your brain to believe it won't work. Seeing the glass as half empty stops you from seeing the opportunities that are in front of you and programs your brain to act as though you won't get what you want. The result is you usually won't. When you practice seeing the glass as half full, when you practice, everything's a practice. I teach practical spirituality. It's practicing, it's practices, it's tools. So use the tool of practice to get really good at that. When you practice seeing the glass as half full, you literally switch on the part of your brain that searches for alternatives and possibilities. So instead of your brain being busy being negative and making sure something won't work, when you change your brain to think in the positive, it gets busy looking for ways to make it happen, for what works rather than what doesn't work. And what do we talk a lot about here? Contrast. To focus on what you want and what works rather than what you don't want and what doesn't work and what can't be done. Focus on what can be done, looking for solutions. So that glass half full, that metaphor, it's so powerful when you think about the way that you look at challenges in your life. And I went through recently, if you've been following me, the transition of my husband, but those many months that we were in Amarillo and living out of our motorhome, the RV, and which is fine. It's like a second home, bigger than some apartments in New York, in Manhattan. so it's not that it's not nice or didn't have a place to stay, but just the emotions of all of it, of not being home, not being, being in a city where we didn't know anyone, and so being in a different state, being in Texas rather than in Colorado, with our support system, and so it's just it was that whole thing. We could have, and I mean Lynette and myself, and Steve, I had him listening to self-talk almost every single day, and but it could have been I could have been very negative, and not looked at at growing from the situation. Every single day I came on to share with you where I was at and how I was growing, and the self-talk that I was using and how it was helping me, so that you can also see that you can excel in times of change. It does not matter how difficult. Even the day that Steve transitioned, I came on that morning and talked to you. And so it is, we get to choose how we see the world. We get to choose whether we want to be negative or positive. We get to choose whether are successful or we are failures and failing. And I'm talking about the 3D world here. So however you see failure, if you're not getting what you want, or not happy in your life, not happy with your relationships, not happy with, complaining, and all of these things, you get to choose. It's a choice. And so when the glass is half full and you choose to say, I'm going to take this day and I'm going to make it the best day ever. I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to take this, whatever it is, even in a challenging situation, and I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to make it work for me. And that is what I'm doing and just to give you where I'm at. So Steve did all the finances. I'm in the middle of taxes. I've got to get all the taxes, everything together for the CPA. And it was already supposed to be done. They need it by the end of the month. But my goal was to have it done by the first week. And I just even couldn't get QuickBooks and get it online. They stopped doing the one. Anyway, it's like, how can I turn this into a positive? And the way I'm turning it into a positive is by looking at the glass is half full. One, here I am, I get to do it. And I have the resources. I have a CPA. I have things from the history of it, so I can see what I need and how to put it together, and I'm learning, and it's a learning experience, and it's something that is going to help me in the future with financial matters, because now I'll understand more about investments and all the bank statements and where things to code things and all of that. So I could just crumple and fall apart, because sometimes I feel like that. and the taxes, like doing the taxes, it's a lot. And so if you do them all the time, go you. I used to do them when I just had very simple. It was just me and Lynette, but it's a little more detailed or complicated, I suppose, with a few companies. So anyway, I could choose to see the glass as half empty, as you can choose to see, like looking for a new job or trying to decide, okay, now you're at a certain age, you're past, say, 40, 50, 60, and it's like, well, what's next for me? What's next? And rather than just not doing anything, not just really just overthinking it and not really, or maybe not even addressing it, or having that self-talk that's telling you that get your butt in gear and figure it out, or because you're a loser if you don't, or whatever that self-talk that would be stopping you, holding you back, or making it like an obstacle that you really don't want to think about it, or it's too hard or too challenging or any of that. It's more to look at it and say, wow, I'm still here. Look at, I mean, this is here, but wherever you are, I don't care if you're even in the city, and it's just this crazy, in a teeny little, like in Manhattan, and you can't even see the sky except for all the things. You can always find flowers in a shop, or people smiling or laughing, or something to bring joy to your heart, and to bring it down to the humanity, and just find joy, and also that self-talk, choosing to change your self-talk, choosing to understand the power of neuroplasticity, and changing your brain so that you are speaking positively to yourself, so that your brain supports what you want to do rather than taking away and stopping you, so that you can spiral up in life, spiral up rather than spiraling down. Because that negativity, that self-talk will stop you, hold you back, sabotage you, and you won't even, it's just like, what's wrong with me? I'm so depressed. I just, I don't even feel like I can get organized. Man, trying to do a meal plan, and man, I'm just like all over the board. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. You have programs, and those programs are stopping you, holding you back, discouraging you, and that's your autopilot. You're running on autopilot. And so now that you know that, you're in control. You get to choose. And the solution, I always give you the solution. It's the self-talk solution, which is always in the description. And you get 30 days free to start. Why not? 21 days to change a habit, 21 days to start dismantling a very strong program of negativity or something that's stopping you, and you actually have 30 days, but you get to lay self-esteem or some very strong program that can help you to wire into your brain. So the glass half full, I hope that you'll see the glass half full, because this whole thing of seeing what you can't do rather than what you can do and focusing on that, you will never manifest what you want in your life, or it will come to a little bit, but you won't see. You were born with unlimited promise and potential, and I tell you that every single day, because you can change that. I mean, it's still there, that unlimited promise and potential, and you got programmed, and you can change those programs. And it's so simple to do and easy, and takes no time. It takes no time. You download the app. I guess that takes 2 seconds, and sign up and get 30 days free, but you're pushing a button. You're making a choice. You're going to listen to self-esteem at night, just 15 minutes, and maybe listen to Super Coach in the morning, or something else that gets you excited. And that's what you do. Or weight loss or something. And that's what you do. That's all. And you're doing it while you're brushing your teeth, or while you're exercising, walking, making breakfast, taking a shower, whatever it is, wherever you can just hear it, and it is passive. You're not even, it's just so low in the background. So that's your answer. And you can do it. There many paths lead to the same destination. So you can do, like I listen to, I do Joe Dispenza. I'm in one of his courses. I'm taking it for the millionth time, because it's like a muscle to me, getting that meditation. I get deeper and deeper into my meditation, which is helping me to create the life that I want, because I'm moving from the space-time to the time-space where everything is in the now. And that's fun for me, and that's powerful. That is neuroplasticity as well. I am telling my brain what it can do, and then getting out of the way, letting the brain actually get out of the way, and moving into something totally different. Yet that neuroplasticity, the more you use your brain, the more you tell it what it can do, the more you tell yourself what you can do versus what you can't do, what can be done versus what can't be done. Remember, you were told, every single person, even if you grew up in a relatively positive household, you were told no 148,000 times before you turned 18, or about that time, maybe even more. But the point is, look at those programs, and some of them were probably good, like don't burn your hand on the stove. Then there were others that, our family has never been wealthy, so don't expect to be wealthy, or something of that. It could be anything that you don't even know. It's just like, I can't afford that. And you're like, where'd that come from? That was your environment. That's what you heard. First, it was just recorded in your brain, and then it became a program, and now you're telling yourself, because that's how it works. If it gets repeated, it gets wired in. So that seeing the glass as half full, it's a choice, and you can change your self-talk from negative to positive. You can find success in every single area of your life, and you can excel in times of change. Absolutely, you can do all of those things, and you can find the life that you are trying to create as you're moving through a transition period, like trying to find something new to do in your life, or deciding whether you're going to let go of something in your life, or whatever it is. You are the power. You hold the power, and you are empowered, especially when you listen to that self-talk, that language that will change. That is the language of the brain, and that positive self-talk that Dr. Shad Helmstetter created. And you can start listening today and start rewiring your brain. So then you'll see the glass half full all the time, and you won't be failing in life. You will be spiraling up in life rather than spiraling down. Not that I think you're spiraling down. I don't think you'd be watching this if you were spiraling down. So you might be a little depressed every once in a while or something if you listen every single day. I get a little bit down too. And guess what I do? I listen to self-talk. Defeating problems helps me immensely. So, and I've been literally going through the last few days, the grief. It's like, wow, I thought I was good, and I know I'm good, and I know I'm getting through it, yet I'm just missing Steve, and it's like grabbing me, and I'm noticing he's not here, and he's not coming back, and it's just weird, and I've got to move. I'm moving through those emotions with honoring the journey, honoring the emotions, honoring myself, going through them, but not getting stuck in them. Not getting stuck in them. And sometimes it's not easy. And so that stress, worry, and depression, defeating problems, and Super Coach, that one will just like, before I coach anyone, I listen to Super Coach at least for a few minutes. And usually I can do like the 10-minute, and it just fires me up, and I'm so excited, to make sure that my clients, which I would anyway, but this just gets me so fired up because I love coaching. I absolutely love coaching. And speaking of that, if you'd like to work with me, then you can always go into the description and find how to work with me. And you can always all email me. And I'll be there for you. I am there for you. So that's the story. Also the self-talk, the 30 days free, my affiliate link is there. I hope you'll use it. I really do. You will. It's not very expensive thereafter, 30 days free, and then it's $19.99. And you can have 6 people on that. 6 peeparoos on your account on that. So glass half full, glass half empty. You want to spiral up? You want to spiral down? What do you choose? What do you choose? And let's just end it with the passage for today. I choose to have an incredible day. You think this is a glass that's half empty? Positive and good in every way. My attitude starts with the words I say, and I choose to have an incredible day. It sounds like a nursery rhyme. It makes me laugh, but it's really good. It's very powerful and empowering. So I love you so very, very much. I believe in you. You can do it. As always, shining my light to brighten yours, and we will see you tomorrow. Ciao.